Oh boy. Hello, entertainment daily lovers. Welcome to today's live stream. Yeah, my rotating chair is making a whole lot of noise, but pardon me with that. The sun, the angle, everything is just off. But look, there's a whole lot of gist, and if we're waiting to get the perfect everything, then we're not going to stream today. And really, right now, I'm working on the time. 1 hour. This is already 5:17. I need to finish this by 6 exactly. Anyways, welcome back, entertainment daily lovers. From the thumbnail, the title, I know you are shocked as I am. If you are not, by the time I start explaining everything to you, I believe you are going to be as shocked as I was. Okay, when I saw this content, at first I thought, yeah, content creators, they've come again with all these their things that is not real. But first of all, I want to quickly check. Let me turn on my Wi-Fi, check the sound to make sure that it's okay. Our sound is okay, and then we can continue the gist. Let's not just have this conversation, and at the end of the day, we do not have people cannot hear us. All right, so welcome if you are joining us for the first time. While I'm waiting for all of that, like we also have a different live stream to dive right into. So we will finish this one. Look, if we have the time by 8, we will come with another Gbasgbos. This one is just to give you a story of Yul Edochie, May Edochie, and Aho Wahala. But this is specifically for May Edochie and the whole, like seriously, for you to even think that a woman is the one that said these things that we're going to be discussing on this live stream, you will be shocked. If you get in, please watch through to the end so you will understand fully and you will know what to say. So let's check this out. If you get in, please watch through to the end so you will understand. Okay. All right. Ooh, this is really, really bright. It's really, really bright. Is this a bit better? I don't know, man, but it looks like it's extremely bright. Um, okay, so please give me a second. Let me just quickly share, and then we will get right into the conversation. So yes, y'all know about May Yul Edochie's story, what's been going on, whatnot. So that's what we are going to be discussing right now. There's this lady that felt that she had all the right to say all the nasty stuff that she had to say against her fellow woman. And sometimes I always say this, when people try to sound like they are really woke and all of that, they are in most times, just be patient, don't get angry, listen to them, but you will see that they will display their unintelligentness. They will show you how of weird, or you understand, they are. I'm trying to pick my word because YouTube is just no longer friendly. YouTube is now boring, that they just put certain rules that is ridiculous. So I'm just trying to pick my words carefully. So to think that a woman will even think, and she wanted to sound all woke, yes, I'm all in support of marriage, I'm all in support of this, I'm all in support of that, but at the same time, in fact, I don't know. Even the most unreasonable person will not sound the way this lady sounded. So you will just know that this lady, you can see her photo there on the thumbnail. Okay, so quick backstory. I was going through Facebook, and then I saw this content posted, a screenshot of a photo of some. When you see the screenshot, you can tell, oh my God, this thing is so bright, and I don't even know what to do. I do not know what to do. I feel like it's too bright. Is it just me? Wait. Oh God. I feel like it's so bright. It's so bright. So okay, so the brightness is really, but I apologize for the terrible quality. I really don't have the time to start changing positions to see where I can get the best position, although I have other positions available. But before we set it up to kind of take from what we're already doing. So please bear with me. Okay, so like I was saying, I was just browsing through Facebook and I saw this screenshot of a woman's photo paired with May Edochie's photo, on the side, and the person wrote stuffs. And I was like, yeah, bloggers, you people, you've come again. So I read all of what this person said. And luckily, this person actually added in the comment section, said that the evidence is in the comment section. So I said, oh, okay, this one has evidence. Let me go check it out. So I clicked on his comment section. I don't know if it's a he or a she that owns the blog, but let me just say he. I clicked on his comment section, went into the comment section, and then I saw this short video that the person had pinned to the top. So I clicked on it and I watched it. And on this video, you could hear this woman talking. And I'm going to tell you the things that this lady is saying. This lady started by saying, May Edochie, why is it that you don't want to be married, but at the same time, you're not dropping Yul Edochie's name? Your name is still May Yul Edochie. Like, we're not understanding. If you don't want to be in the marriage, why not drop the name and just go ahead? The way you're behaving like you're just behaving like someone that has been in bondage, someone that has been trapped, and you were looking for an opportunity to come out and live a wayward life. And when this happened, voila, this was your excuse, this was your opportunity to run out of your marriage and go ahead to do what you've wanted to do all these years. So when is the and I was thinking, where is this one coming from? Because this is someone that was married for 17 years, and if this didn't happen, she would have still been in the home raising her kids, just as she's done for the previous 17 years. Okay, so where did she go wrong? She was his wife. They are still in the court trying to finalize the divorce. And if she decides to leave her name, her name to match her kid's name, she has that right. She can drop it at any time she wants. But it is not the job of anybody out there to say, drop my name. Why is he still using the name of his name or what? No, she earned it. So this lady didn't say only that. The lady also said, yeah, that when you look at May's eyes, she looks like someone that Ashawo is in her eyes. For those of you that might not understand what Ashawo means, prostitution, that may look like someone that really wants to lead that kind of life. I don't want to reuse the word so many times. That may look like someone that wants to lead a wayward life, and that what is that nonsense stuff that she used to tie around her waist, which is let me drink some water. The noise. Sorry, someone just opened the door and the noise is coming in. Give me a second. Let me quickly close it. Okay, so I'm back. And this person, and she said that what is that nonsense stuff that May Edochie ties on her waist? That May Edochie does not understand that. Give me a second. She's trying to. Okay, that May Edochie does not understand. I'm distracted. Sorry. Okay, so this it makes a lot of noise. I'm not going to use it next time. All right, that May Edochie does not know that nonsense she's tying in her waist, and this person kept referring to that stuff as nonsense. First of all, this is a woman, so you will, whether you're using this stuff or you're not using it, I'm talking about waist trainer, girdle, and all this type of stuff. Whether you're using it or you are not, you know what it is called, or you know why people that use it. You know the purpose of that thing. You might not like it for you, but you know the job of that stuff. So for this lady to come out and even say, what is that nonsense she's tying in her waist, that whenever she ties that stuff, you will see that it will now push up her boobs to her mouth, making it bigger and popping, pushing her stomach and bring out her hips and her booty and all of that. What is all those nonsense? Is that what she's supposed to be doing? And I'm here thinking, is May Edochie not an ambassador to a brand that sells a company that sells those things? Anita Joseph, the Nollywood actress, that is what Anita Joseph deals on. And she has ambassadors. She has people that influencers, okay, if that's what you want to call it. She has influencers that works with her. So May is now an influencer that she has many deals on her hand. So there's no way you will be a brand ambassador, or you will be you will be an influencer and someone pays you for a job and you tell the person that, oh, I'm not going to touch that thing. I'm just going to hold it. What am I going to use as an example? I'm just going to lift it up like this, and that's going to be it. I'm not going to, if it's a drink, I'm not going to thirst it. If it's food, it's not going to touch my mouth. Then who are you selling that thing to if you will not try it and people to see that you are using it also? So I was like, how silly can someone be, really? How silly can you sound that when she ties that stuff, so someone cannot decide after how many kids she had, how many kids she had? 4 kids, right? After having 4 kids, the woman cannot decide, let me revamp myself and let me look fly, let me look good and whatnot. That too is a crime. And I'm thinking, at what point would you stop? And I was just thinking, okay, if she's going to point out just silly things like this, it doesn't make any sense. May is jumping from here to there. May doesn't stay at a place. Today she's in London, today she's there, she's in this hotel, she's in that hotel, she's in this place, she's in that place, hanging around with men and all of that. That instead of her to go back home and try to fix her marriage. Now, what is it after all? Is it not just one wife that the husband, Yul Edochie, married? Is it not just one wife? Can she go back and fix her home? Can she go home? Can she go back and fix her home? Is she the first person? And then she went to the worst part of it all. And she said, instead of you to go back to your home and try to settle with your husband, with your family, and fight for your position, and try to fight for your place and try to protect your home and everything, you're out here acting like a wayward person, leading a wayward life, and you think that you've arrived or whatnot, looking the way you look. When they look at you, you try to pretend that you're full of smiles, laughing and happy and whatnot. But if they look at you deep down in your eyes, they can see sadness, they can see tears, you are crying, but yet you want to pretend that you're something that you're not. And I'm thinking, didn't you just say a few minutes ago that when they look at her eyes, they can see prostitution written all over it? Tell me now, is it that when you look at her eyes, you can see prostitution, or if you look at her eyes, you can see sadness and all? And I was like, this woman is not making sense. And I don't even think that it has dawned on this woman that she's actually not making any sense. It does not. And this woman said, yes, go back to your home. If you are going to fight, go and fight there and stay there. If you're going to, let me use the word pie. For those that might not understand what pie means, is, like, DIE. Okay. If you're going to, if that's happen in the marriage, let it happen, but still stay there. So in other words, you go fight for your marriage, fight for your home, and even if you're going to die in the process, stay there. Even if whatever is going to happen, if you're going to go crazy, these were her words. If you're going to go crazy in the marriage, stay there and fight for your marriage. And I'm thinking, this is coming from a woman. If she's going to go crazy, she should still stay in that marriage and be fighting. Whatever the case may be, if she's going to go crazy, she should stay there. So when she goes crazy and it's now a thing of she's now out in the streets roaming, who's going to take care of her? The Yul that has another wife? It's going to be the loss for her own children. And just as this woman said, that even if being in the marriage and fighting and everything will lead to you not being alive anymore, still stay there. So when she's no longer alive, who will care for these young children that she has? Because this man travels up and down, he's never around. She's the one that is always home, taking care of the kids and doing stuff like that. So who will now care for these children when she's no longer there? Because all she wanted to do was protect and fight for marriage that was no longer working. The man decided on his own that he wants to live this type of life. Didn't deem it fit to inform you as a wife of 17 years. We're not talking about a girlfriend, a side chick. Okay, even girlfriends and side chicks, they get informed about things. Your own wife, legally married wife, you chose not to tell her anything, and you just went ahead acting like you are in the right. There's nothing you did that was wrong, but yet this woman didn't see anything wrong, and she's telling her to go back and actually stay there until she's no longer in this planet. And I was like, wow. Who taught people like this to have this type of mindset? First off, we're going to come to these type of talks and what it can lead to. I've talked about it in my previous 2 live streams, if I'm not mistaken, how people would do anything just to be famous, just to get the views, just to get the numbers. Desperation. I want to be the highest, the biggest YouTuber. I want to be the biggest newsbreaker. I want to be the most woke person. And because of all these nonsense reasons, people would do anything. I was looking at this young lady, and the first thing that comes, is this woman married? Is this young lady, is she married? Or is she single and she's sounding this way? And either way, even if she's married, even if she's not, I'm asking myself, at what point do you think that marriage is so important to the level where it is obvious that this person's mental health is going to be affected in that marriage? If that person stays in that marriage, not only the person's mental health, this person is going to be drained physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything. Is that a marriage when it gets to that point? Who said marriage is something that is supposed to be about suffering and suffering and suffering? Guys, if you're hearing any sound, I'm sitting close to an aquarium, so I just heard it now, so I don't even know if that sound is in my video. If it is, I apologize. Anyway, so at what point do you draw the line and say, yes, this is the time for me to get out? Even your parents, older people that support marriage, in those days, when they see that the life of their children or the life of someone is that, they will tell you to leave. They will refund back your bride price and tell the person to move on. But this young lady sat there forcing me Edochie because she wanted to sound like she was woke. First of all, in all the places in her home, and that's another thing that will just tell you how some people think, right? In all the places in her home to sit down, she chose to sit in her closet. One, she wanted everybody that comes across the video to see how big so many clothes, shoes, and bags she had. Okay, so of all the places in your home you could sit and film a video, you had to sit in your closet. And you know those kind of people that the only way they feel important is by saying, do you know who I am? Do you know the car I drive? I drive a Jeep. I drive a Ferrari. I drive a Bugatti. I live in a mansion. My salary is in millions or billions. My this is this, my that is that. And if all of these things is taken from them, they are like an empty container. Nothing to offer. Absolutely nothing. Everything that makes them who they are, lifting shoulder, is just material things that the day you pass on, the day you close your eyes, those clothes in your, even the one that you're wearing with you, the day you close your eyes, will not follow you to the grave. What your children, your family members, or people that are responsible for your funeral, what they put on you is what you will go with. So if they decide that you're such an evil and wicked person, they might decide to just go get some raffia palm or a banana tree, cut off the leaves and tie it on you, put you in the box. There is nothing you would do. You will not be able to say, bury me with my Ferrari, bury me with my closet, bury me with all the millions and billions that I have, bury me, you know, with my mansion so I can flex with it over there. Even if they bury you with it, you're just only going to rot and turn to skeleton. There's nothing you can do. Once you're gone, you're gone. But this type of mentality shook me to my core because, one, it is coming from a woman. A woman that if she's not somebody's wife, someday she will be someone's wife. And if something like this happens to her, she won't even be able to be as cool, calm, and collected the way May Edochie is right now. That woman has never slandered this man, despite his horrible mistake, or should I call it mistake, or even deliberate act. Despite his whole messiness of coming online, trying to act like she's the guilty one, she's evil, she's this, still, this woman will not say a thing. But here is a fellow woman making all these accusations and allegations. First of all, if she did not take off the surname, is it your surname? Edochie, is it your name? Is it your name? Is the Edochie family feeling like, look, May, because you're no longer with our brother, or you're looking to leave, both of you are in court for divorce, we don't want you to answer our family name anymore. From what Sapete Edochie said in his interview, when he said anything that was even close to be about me, was praises. He talked about how she's a computer wizard, how smart and wise she is. She's a home builder. Everything that came out of that man's mouth, that's the father-in-law, not her father, that is okay because it's your daughter. That's why you're singing her praises. That was her father-in-law speaking. Spoke about the relationship he has with May's father. So do I think that Sapete Edochie, one thing that he's worried about is, oh, I want you to leave the Edochie name for us, and this and this and that. So for this young lady to even sit down where she is and say, May, go back to your relationship. If you will buy there, fight for your marriage. If you will go crazy, if you go crazy, which was what she said in Pidgin, he said, if you go crazy, crazy there. And when you read the comment section, everybody was taken aback by that crazy thing, like even more than the pie part that she mentioned. People were like, what? If you go crazy there for your marriage, then what else is there? What else is left? If she will go back and fight until she now crazy the craze that you want her to crazy in there, that will make you happy. What else is there? When she crazy the craze, come begin roam the whole of Lagos, or yes, okay, yes, they're based in Lagos, and begin to roam the whole street of Lagos. Who is going to take care of her? You, that already found a woman that has giant chest and giant size that he's enjoying. Is that the person that is going to say, take your medication, let's take you for therapy, let's check you, let's do this, let's do that, check her into mental, and is that even a life? Is that even not stressful for her children and the husband that you want her to go fight for? Fight for who? Somebody that opened his eyes, made these decisions, and went and married the second wife. He said, go back and fight for your home. If you go crazy, go buy there, buy there. After all, in her words, after all, is it not just one wife he married? Is one not enough? It has to be 10, like Ned Nwoko, before somebody reacts. And some of you might have someone like Ned Nwoko, because what, Regina is what, 6th or 7th wife? Nobody has heard her beefing with any of the other wives, or hearing any of the other wives beefing with the others, or even if it's happening, Ned got it under control. Ned has got stinking money. I mean, the man is stinkingly rich. Ned is a billionaire. So of course, he's got enough to go around for all his wives, and money is something that can distract. So even if he's not around, Regina has Ferrari, has any car she wants to drive. The man has fleets of cars in his yard, in his compound. So nobody will say, I want to drive this one, but you cannot drive this one. He gives them, apart from the cars that he buys for himself that they can also drive, they have access to, he gives them expensive cars according to what they love. So what is the thing? There is money for you to spend. You want a private jet, he will book it for you. You go on your trip, you do what you want to do. You want to go holiday in Europe, America, anywhere, he's going to make that happen. So of course, these things keeps those women in order. Not Yul Edochie Ashawo buying no gum in pockets. That's the difference between other people. So people will say, this one married many wives and this one didn't happen. The other one is controlling. It's not about controlling, because some people, they've got the funds to fund that lifestyle, but you that you've not got anything. And then at the same time, the woman has to be blamed for this. First of all the things this woman said are defaming the character of May. And if May Edochie's lawyers now will see this video and now file for, get her arrested, take her to court, file for defamation, the next thing now, you will see people that will say, we liked you before. You were our number one. You were our this. You were our that. But then all of a sudden, this is happening. All of a sudden, the other one is happening. Excuse me. If you want to give advice to me, which she didn't ask you, but okay, you want to talk because maybe you're a content creator, you're this, you want to talk about stuff, you carry celebrity gist and whatnot. Okay, talk about what you saw, what you see them, post online. Do not go and say, this woman, you better say Ashawo dey your eye. How you tell know if you're able to know, if you're able to identify someone just like that you've never met, you've never had an interaction one-on-one with, the person never opened their mouth to tell you that this is the lifestyle I like, and you are able to veer the screen that you see her because you've never met her one-on-one, you are able to identify that person get Ashawo for, and that means you are a professional Ashawo, a professional Ogbongidi, because it takes one to know the other. You just cannot identify by seeing someone. Talking about she's hanging around with men. If she's an influencer, she's working in the entertainment industry, are you going to avoid men? Or if a deal is brought to you to work in a company, do an advertising or what, or be a brand ambassador, and the company is owned by a man, you're going to say no because you're going through divorce? You're going to say no? Men don't work in companies that are owned by women. Does that make them a womanizer? That if a woman works in a company that is owned by a man, the woman get Ashawo for eye? She didn't make any sense, and she wanted to sound woke, like I support marriage, I support marriage. When people say all these things about I support marriage, who is the one that is against marriage? People just see that it is no longer healthy, and when it is no longer healthy, the best thing is to move. That is how the Osinachi stayed, because she was afraid of people like this lady that will talk nonsense. What do people say? You're a gospel singer, and now you're leaving, you're that. And she stayed until she cried inside. Look at the talents that went to waste. If she had left, she would still be there, giving gospel, beautiful gospel music, inspiring people, converting people to Christ and whatnot. That went to waste because she wanted to fight for her marriage. You cannot force someone to be in a place where the person doesn't want to be. Yul has already made up his mind that this is what he wants to do. There's no matter. In fact, if someone could do something, it would have been his father. It would have been Yul Edochie's father that would have been able to call him to order and say, sit down, let's sort things out. Do you think they've not done that? Do you think they've not tried to speak to all of them, and you still went ahead behaving the way he's behaving online, posting videos back to back? If May was also posting video, responding to every single thing he was saying, do you know how nasty that would be? And going back with the kids to that home after they've lost their brother and everything, and you now see Yul and the first wife partying, enjoying themselves, and saying how God loves them. So the one that lost the child, God hates that one. So then the whole thing is not making sense. And people like this should understand, people like this should understand that when you start with stuffs like this, you could get arrested, you could be charged to court, and your own video will be used against you as evidence. When you want to, no matter how passionate you think you are about a particular topic, stay in line, stay professional. Don't go saying things that you cannot prove when the time comes. When they go to court and they play your videos for you, bit by bit, and they tell you to explain with evidence the things you've said, you won't be able to, because you do not have evidence. You're telling someone to go in a marriage and buy there, or press there, or have mental issues there. How is that a good advice? How? There are younger people coming behind and watching. When you start talking like this, when they get to the point where they need to settle down, they will feel like, oh, I don't want to face what May Edochie faced. I don't want to face what this other woman. Did you see how she was dragged? Did you see how they dragged this one? Did you see this? Because of the fear of what people will say, they will really stay there and buy there. They will really stay there and not have peace. And you will be happy because that is what you want. It makes you feel like someone important. Who is teaching this type of thing? I know that a lot of times what you hear from the elders, from people that are supposed to be explaining things in the simplest of ways that the young ones can understand, don't do that. And it makes people like this young lady to think the way she's thinking in an unhealthy manner. It's not a do or die thing. If it's not working, it is not working. It is time to bounce. It is time to bounce. So do not advise people to stay in an unhealthy relationship just because. Just because. And because she came out not looking tattered, and that's another thing that scares a lot of women, because the men probably have the better job, the income, they're bringing more income, and then women are afraid, if I leave, how I'm going to survive, how the children are going to survive. And then they stay in there and they swallow all the nonsense that is coming up to the extent that it chokes them. It shouldn't be so. It shouldn't be. That's not how it should be. I feel like whomever is the mother of this young lady, if a friend, someone that knows their family sees this video, they should please download the video and send it to her parents. If she has brothers and sisters older than her, send it to them. They need to watch and hear the type of word that is coming from their sister's mouth. So in other words, she is ready to payment in any relationship that she is in, because what? There are no better people out there. If that's what you so want, that you're afraid of being alone. There are lots of people all over the world. So you can always find a partner, and a better one at that. People should stay away from bad advice, and people should stop this thing of, because I'm creating content and I will just talk out of point, I will talk anyhow, I will behave anyhow. It is high time it stops. It is high time it stops, because it is no longer healthy. What makes you think that it is okay to advise someone like me that everybody saw when this thing started? She was not the one that broke it online. A blogger did. Yul did not deny it. He came up, owned up to what happened. And yet she has to be blamed for not dropping the name. That is the most important thing for you at this time. The thing that bothers you right now is the fact that May Edochie is still bearing May Yul Edochie. She has her reasons. And just because she's not coming out to tell you, look, this is the reason why I am doing this, this is the reason why I'm still keeping the name, doesn't mean that if she decides to come out and explain, the reason will not make sense. And even if it doesn't make sense to you, it doesn't matter. You're not the one wearing the shoes, so you don't even know where it hurts. So whatever she's doing, whatever decision she's taking, it doesn't have to make sense to you. Just pray that you don't find yourself in that situation, because the only time she even spoke, if I recall, one thing she said was she doesn't even wish that on your enemy. And when you say you don't even wish something like something that happened to you to your enemy, it means that thing is extremely bad. And it is. A lot of people were scared, worried for her, because she was still trying to deal with the ridiculous person that she once called the husband. The next thing, her son, the first healthy-looking child, according to what we heard online, went to play football with his friends, and that was the end for him. Just like that. So they all left home that morning or afternoon or evening, And the next thing they are calling her on the phone is your child is in the hospital, you getting there and he has passed. A child that you struggled to raise for maybe 14 or maybe 15 years. And all of that, somebody can still sit down and turn on their ring light and drag this woman from the beginning of that video to the end of that video. Do you have a heart? Do you have conscience? You don't have human sympathy, no empathy, no feelings, nothing. What's not right is not right, and people should quit this trying to force people to stay in a relationship that is unhealthy. Quit. If it's what you like, when it gets to your turn, stay there. Stay there until people start writing RIP. It's your choice. But it is really terrible. And for those statements of this one be like a special day, I wish they would just invite this lady to the police station to explain how she knew that by looking at this young woman, she could tell that, yes, Yul Edochie had Ashawo in her eyes and hanging around with all those men in hotels and whatnot. Like, let her come and explain what she means by that. Because defamation online, lawyers, if you go and ask lawyers, they will tell you the penalty. And most people, I think, don't understand that it's a crime. Cyberbullying is a crime. And that's exactly what this lady did. She wasn't giving any advice, but she was just out there to tarnish this woman's image and just to bully this young woman. As if the woman is not going through enough already in her life. So I will try to round this up here. Let this video be as short as possible so people will be able to come in, watch from beginning to end. But as I round this up, one thing I want people to understand is your words are very powerful. Words are very powerful and they pierce like a sword. Don't think that, oh, I'm just catching cruise. You don't catch cruise with everything. There are things that you can say, oh, it's cruise, and people would understand. Like, they might think it's silly, but they will understand. But some of these things that people use to catch cruise, this is just too heavy. It's too heavy of a topic for you to see as a cruise. Because why I'm saying this is this actually reminded me of the lady that they said was doing videos back to back, dragging Eniola Badmus, talking about how Eniola Badmus was trafficker, was into trafficking women, prostitution, this one, that one. And these are crimes. As she's saying it, Eniola could be arrested. Lucky for Eniola, Eniola was able to move fast and pick her up. And everyone saw the videos she made that day. Running helter-skelter that the police want to kill her. This one wants to happen just because they wanted to arrest her. And then there were people that felt like Eniola Badmus was using her power against. No, you said, and that's what Eniola kept asking her. You said I was trafficking. Did I traffic you? Did I ever invite you one day and hand you over to one man and say, go have, go do something with him and I was paid for it? Did I traffic your friend? Did I traffic your family member? Did I traffic anybody you know? Call them to come out now and testify. The lady started apologizing. You were catching cruise. You were catching cruise, but you were tarnishing someone else's image. And it's exactly what this young lady is doing. As if she did not see these other people. We're still talking about the very dark man that is being locked up now. Part of the accusation is not defamation. Is that not what allegedly said Tom Sodike is going for? Defamation. And then Sam Clef is going for threat to life. And the third person, I don't know what that person is going for. But these are the people that got this man arrested, got this very dark black man arrested. Until now, he's not been released yet. So people should be careful when you want to talk about something. Talk about it. Speak with fact. Don't start making assumptions. Don't start saying things that is going to defame someone, because once you cross that line, they will come for you. If that person know their right, they will come for you. and your video will be used, your own content will be used as evidence against you. I just hope that I've said enough in this video that will actually teach people a lesson. Do not speak anyhow and think that you will not be punished at the end of the day. Create your content. She could, okay, for example, she wanted to say May should go back to her home, or she should drop Yul Edochie's name. She should have just focused on those both topics and discuss it. Why are you still bearing his name? Talk about that, then go further to say, why don't you go back to your home? You're just faking it that you're happy. You're not saying all of those things. She would just not see it as anything, because you're not the first, you're not the second, you're not the 10th person that is saying these things. So to her, it's not new. She's not hearing it for the first time. So it doesn't really bother her at all. That's just you talking. But when you cross into start making accusations, as if you were in the hotels seeing her doing whatever she was doing with those men, as if you were there with her when you know that she's got the Ashawo for her eyes and all those things that she was saying. Welcome, sis. Yeah, I understand. Welcome, Oyoyo Fresh. Thank you very much for joining. I have 2 live streams scheduled, and if I don't do this one now, I was like, oh my goodness, 1 hour. Took the little one for training. She's training for 1 hour. So I said, let me use that 1 hour that she's training before I go pick her up. Let me use it to quickly do this live stream. So I know that I have the other basketballs, which Wednesday on. I'll see how I will do that, maybe by 8 if I can. If I can, then maybe it might be later than that, but I will still try to do that because there's just so many things happening right now. But I knew that I had to talk about this May situation because it was just When I saw that video on Facebook, I couldn't believe my ears what I was hearing a fellow woman say to another woman. I couldn't believe my eyes. So I was like, let me just come in here and talk about it. And people that will watch the replay will be able to comment below. What are your takes? What do you think? Exactly what you see on the thumbnail is exactly what this woman was saying. May should go fight for her marriage. She should go back home. Why didn't she drop the name? She looks like someone that Ashawo her eyes, as she said in pidgin. May is tying that nonsense that she called it a nonsense. She didn't say waist trainer. She said that nonsense that she ties around her waist and then he pushes up her boobs, as if the woman's boobs is her problem. I guess she's saying this because Yul Edochie too. That's one of the things that he used to drag this woman, and it backfired because his own too didn't work. Nobody paid attention to him. So this woman said a whole lot. She should go fight for her marriage. If she's going to craze inside the marriage, let her craze inside the marriage, but let her be there fighting for the marriage. If she's going to buy in the home, let her buy in the home, but let her go and be fighting for that marriage. That after all, you married only one wife, not 2, not 3, not 4. So what is the thing there that May cannot endure or bear or fight for, that she's running out because she has always wanted to live this free life and gallivant and do all this nonsense that she's doing now? And I was like, no, be when then go send police, can't give you now. Some people from Nigeria go begin cry on your behalf. Now, like they need to see waiting you to talk. Anyways, it's 5:46. Let me round up. I have okay, so it's almost 6. I say 46, 5:57. So it's almost 6. I have to be on my way to go pick up the little one and come back. Okay, and prepare. And then when I have another 1 hour, we jump in to talk about Uche Wenzi and the other YouTuber that is dragging Uche Wenzi from her week. It's like Uche Wenzi and Lily Pope, they are ready for content creators this 2024. So there's a lot to talk about. Banter with NJ's massive, their family massive hotel. That also we're going to talk about. I guess that we will put in the video. So let's see how this goes. Thank you so very much, Oyoyo's World, for joining. Thank you, my silent watchers that are breezing in and out. God bless you all. If you've ever stopped by this channel, God bless you. I say thank you so very much for joining. I will see you all in few hours time because there is another live stream scheduled already. I scheduled 2 live streams and I was like, I must do 2 live streams today. So yes, we will catch. So you wish you could hear. Okay, I understand. I'm checking out. I'm going. Okay. Okay. All right. So thank you also very much. If you are just coming in, this is a video that you don't want to miss a live stream. Go back and watch from the beginning through to the end and listen to what a woman had to say to me, Edochie. You will be shocked. What you saw on the thumbnail and my title here is not even a joke. These are stuffs that this young lady said about me. So watch the video from the beginning if you're meeting us up now that we're rounding up, and I will see you on the next video where we'll be talking about two YouTubers, Uche Nwazi and one Pauline Poyomoyo, something like that. Sorry, Pauline Mahmoud, but I would get her name correctly when we're on that live stream. So thank you so very much. If you enjoy our analysis, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications so you'll be able to join us when next we're discussing any topic. And if you have something to say, we will be able to drop the link and you jump on the link. That being said, thank you so very much. 5:59, I gotta go. Immediately I turn this off, I'm just gonna leave my device, everything here, run out of the door because I have to go pick the little one. See you all when we discuss the next topic. More videos will be coming. Subscribe. Let's keep this fun. There's so much to discuss. There's so much to talk about. Celebrity gossip, YouTubers, any video that we see that we feel like we can also learn one or two things from, we can teach, we can point out stuff that shouldn't be done or should have been done the right way and whatnot. So thank you also very much. I will see you all. Bye, 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 bye. God bless you all so very much. I'm super, super grateful. God bless you. Thank you so very much. See ya. It's 6 o'clock. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go because kids are coming out now. Bye, everyone.